foods are really important because we can also protect the blood vessels directly. So there are foods there's a substance in strawberries called ellagic acid that we know actually can prevent abnormal blood vessels from growing. They're blood vessel tamers. And when you actually have ellagic acid from a strawberry, ellagic acid is what makes strawberries tart. Okay. And if you get organic strawberries, they actually have higher levels. And the reason is because the strawberry plant naturally makes ellagic acid as a response to being nibbled on by bugs. So this is Mother Nature's wound healing response. So when you grow naturally, the strawberry is going to have more ellagic acid. When you eat an organic strawberry grown naturally, you're going to get more of this blood vessel protective response. Recently, it's been shown by a group at University of Cincinnati that eating just 1 cup of ripe strawberries per day for 6 weeks, this is published in a research journal, actually in middle-aged people who had mild cognitive deficits, right? Not full-blown end-stage dementia, but mild, like, where are my keys? I'm sorry, what is that again? The improved memory, strawberries, 1 cup against a placebo. It reduced the depression and frustration of not being able to remember things. And it actually improved the score, the cognitive executive functioning score, all because of the ellagic acid and another bioactive we think called anthocyanin as well.
Imagine blending a vibrant mix of fruits and greens into a smoothie that not only tastes like a burst of summer, but also carries the power to nurture your body at its core. That's the kind of health wisdom you're about to dive into today, inspired by the remarkable insights of Dr. William Li. Picture yourself sipping something delicious that could support your well-being in ways you never thought possible. This journey is all about discovering how a 67-year-old named Frank found a secret in his daily smoothies that aligns with Dr. Li's life-changing advice. Before you get started, please take a moment to like, share, comment, and subscribe to join a community passionate about thriving through simple, wholesome choices. Ready to explore how a glass of goodness can become your ally? Let's blend some inspiration into your day. You might be wondering who Dr. William Li is and why his words carry such weight. He's a physician and scientist who's spent decades studying how the body fights disease, particularly through the lens of nutrition. His work at the Angiogenesis Foundation has shown how everyday foods can influence the tiny blood vessels that feed tumors, offering a fresh perspective on health. Think of him as a guide who's uncovered nature's playbook for keeping you vibrant. His wisdom isn't locked in a lab, it's practical, meant for your kitchen and your life. Have you ever considered that the foods you choose could be a quiet force for good inside you? That's the path Dr. Li invites you to walk. Now meet Frank, a 67-year-old who discovered smoothies as more than just a quick breakfast. A few years ago, Frank felt the weight of fatigue and worry about his health, like so many of us do as time marches on. Then he stumbled across Dr. Li's talks, which sparked a change. Frank started blending smoothies packed with ingredients that, according to Dr. Li, could help starve cancer cells by limiting their blood supply. It wasn't about chasing miracles. It was about giving his body tools to thrive. Picture Frank in his cozy kitchen, the hum of the blender mixing hope with berries and greens. What's stopping you from trying something this simple for yourself? Dr. Li's approach hinges on a fascinating idea. Some foods can act like gatekeepers, slowing the growth of blood vessels that fuel harmful cells. He calls these anti-angiogenic foods, but don't let the term scare you. It's just a fancy way of saying certain ingredients work with your body to keep things in balance. Think of plump blueberries, tart kiwis, or even a steaming cup of green tea. These aren't exotic potions. They're the stuff you'd find at your local market. Ever tossed a handful of spinach into your cart without realizing it could be a tiny act of self-care? That's the beauty of this wisdom. It's already within your reach. Let's talk about why smoothies are such a perfect vehicle for this health wisdom. They're like a canvas where you can paint with flavors and nutrients. Frank learned to toss in a mix of Dr. Lee's recommended foods. Think dark leafy greens, juicy tomatoes, and sweet strawberries. Each sip delivers a burst of color and life, easy on the stomach and kind to the soul. Unlike a heavy meal, a smoothie slips into your day without fuss, whether you're rushing out the door or savoring a quiet moment. Have you ever noticed how a good smoothie feels like a hug from the inside? That's what makes them so special. One of Frank's go-to recipes starts with a base of almond milk, creamy and nutty, swirled with a ripe banana for sweetness. He adds a generous handful of kale, its deep green leaves promising vitality, and a scatter of blueberries that pop with tartness. A splash of tomato juice brings a surprising zing, inspired by Dr. Lee's love for lycopene-rich foods. Frank blends it until it's velvety, pouring it into a glass that looks like a sunset. He swears it's like drinking energy itself. Why not grab a blender and try this for yourself? You might be surprised how good health can taste. Dr. Lee's wisdom isn't just about cancer prevention. It's about building a body that hums with strength. He points to foods like soy, found in silky tofu or edamame, which carry compounds that support your defenses. Then there's coffee, not just a morning ritual, but a source of polyphenols that nudge your cells toward resilience. Even dark chocolate, the kind that melts slowly on your tongue, makes the list for its heart-happy flavonoids. Imagine enjoying these treats, knowing they're doing you good. What's a food you love that might secretly be a health hero? That's the kind of discovery this journey sparks. Frank's story reminds you that small changes can ripple outward. He didn't overhaul his life overnight. Instead, he started with one smoothie a day, letting the habit grow like a seedling. Soon, he noticed more pep in his step, a lightness he hadn't felt in years. It wasn't about perfection, it was about progress. You don't need to be a chef or a scientist to follow his lead. Just pick one ingredient Dr. Lee champions, maybe a crisp apple or a peppery arugula leaf, and blend it into your routine. How could a single smoothie shift your day? Let's pause for a moment to savor the bigger picture. Dr. Lee's work shows that your body is a marvel, always working to protect you. Foods like walnuts, with their buttery crunch, or fatty fish like mackerel, rich with omega-3 fatty acids, are like teammates in that effort. They don't just nourish, they empower your cells to stand strong. It's not about fear or fighting, it's about fostering balance. When was the last time you felt truly in tune with your body? This is your invitation to listen closely and feed it with care. Smoothies also make it easy to sneak in variety, something Dr. Lee emphasizes. One day, you might blend mango and turmeric, a golden mix that smells like a tropical breeze. The next, try tart cherries and flaxseed, a ruby red potion that's nutty and bright. Each combination brings different gifts, antioxidants, fiber, or healthy fats that dance together in your glass. Frank loves experimenting, treating his blender like a playground. What new flavor combo could you try this week? Share your ideas in the comments to inspire others. There's a quiet joy in knowing you're not alone on this path. Frank found comfort in learning from Dr. Lee, but he also leaned on friends who shared his curiosity. Maybe you've got a neighbor who'd love to swap smoothie recipes or a family member eager to join you. This isn't a solo quest, it's a shared adventure. Why not invite someone to blend a smoothie with you this weekend? It's a small way to build connection while nourishing your body. Plus, it's fun to compare notes on what tastes best. Dr. Lee's wisdom shines because it's grounded in real life. He's not asking you to chase fads or empty your wallet. His recommended foods, think crisp carrots, glossy olives, or fragrant basil, are often the simplest ones. They're the kind you'd find in a bustling market or your own backyard garden. Frank learned to shop with intention, picking ingredients that felt alive with color and promise. Ever wandered through a grocery store and felt drawn to the produce aisle? That's your instincts nudging you toward vitality. One thing Frank discovered is how smoothies fit into any moment. Feeling sluggish mid-afternoon? Blend a quick mix of pineapple and mint to perk up. Need a post-workout boost? Spinach and almond butter will ground you. Dr. Lee's foods are versatile, letting you adapt to what your body craves. It's like having a conversation with yourself, asking, "What do I need right now?" How often do you pause to check in like that? A smoothie can be your gentle reminder to do so. Let's talk about the sensory side, because this isn't just about health, it's about delight. Picture slicing a ripe peach, its juice dripping down your fingers, then blending it with creamy yogurt and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The aroma alone can lift your mood. Dr. Lee's foods awaken your senses, from the crunch of seeds to the silkiness of avocado. Frank says his smoothies make him feel alive, like he's tasting the world in every sip. What's a flavor that sparks joy for you? That's the magic you can bottle in a glass. As you weave these ideas into your life, remember that it's a journey, not a race. Frank stumbled at first. Too much kale made one smoothie taste like a lawn, but he laughed it off and tried again. Dr. Lee's wisdom is forgiving. It's about finding what works for you. Maybe you start with a simple berry blend and build from there. Each step is a gift to yourself, a way to honor the body that carries you through life. What's one small change you could make today? Let that question linger as you move forward. This wisdom also invites you to think beyond the blender. Dr. Lee encourages habits like staying active, sleeping well, and savoring moments of calm. A smoothie can be part of that rhythm, something you sip while watching the sunrise or sharing stories with a loved one. Frank found that his morning ritual set a hopeful tone for the day. It's not just about what's in the glass, it's about the intention behind it. How could a smoothie become a daily touchstone for you? That's where the real transformation begins. Let's circle back to Frank's kitchen, where he's still blending with a smile. He's proof that 67 is just a number when you embrace choices that spark vitality. Dr. Lee's wisdom gave him a roadmap, but Frank made it his own. You can too, whether you're 30, 50, or 80. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about living fully right now. So grab a handful of greens, a ripe fruit, and blend up something that feels like love. What's stopping you from starting today? Here's the heart of it. You hold the power to nurture your body and spirit. Every smoothie, every bite, is a chance to say yes to yourself. Join this community of explorers, people like Frank, inspired by Dr. Lee, who are blending health and joy one glass at a time. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to spread the wisdom and invite others along. Tell us in the comments what smoothie you'll try first, or how you're weaving these foods into your life. Together, you're building something beautiful, a life brimming with flavor, strength, and possibility. Let's raise a glass to that and start blending your future today.